Welcome to Millbrook Proving Grounds, where 19 drivers are about to compete to call themselves the UK's best truck driver. This is the DAF Transport Efficiency Driver Challenge.
Yes, we are back. Following the 2016 competition, DAF Trucks UK is once again on the hunt for the nation's best truck driver. So here is how the challenge works. Our 19 drivers will compete in 8 challenges across 2 days. The top 5 in each challenge will score points. It's 5 points for first place, 4 points for second place, and so on down to 1 point for 5th place. The points from each challenge go into an overall leaderboard, and the driver with the most points after 2 days will be declared winner of the DAF Transport Efficiency Driver Challenge 2018.
The first 2 challenges which our drivers will undertake will be an XF commentary drive, where they're accompanied by Mandy Wonnerton around the Millbrook circuit, having to explain and justify the decisions that they take as a driver. Next, they'll get behind a CF tipper, which has a manual gearbox, and on that challenge they'll be judged by the telematics data and the assessment of how they perform with the manual gearbox by the judge in that one, who's Peter Jackson. Let's see how they got on.
First up, it's the XF commentary drive. Here, drivers will be in the DAF XF under the watchful eye of DAF driver trainer and press demonstrator driver Mandy Wonnerton. In this challenge, drivers will need to talk Mandy through their entire drive, explaining the decisions and actions they are taking and the reasons for those, with Mandy scoring this challenge. Our drivers will be taking on a course of Millbrook, which will take around 20 minutes to complete and takes in a range of driving conditions, giving drivers the opportunity to showcase their knowledge and skill. With the XF commentary drive complete, there's no let up for our finalists as they go straight from the XF into a CF tipper with manual gearbox. Again, taking on a course of about 20 minutes, not only will this challenge test our drivers' overall ability, but the manual gearbox is set to be an unexpected challenge for many. This challenge will be scored according to an assessment by driver trainer Peter Jackson, as well as the driver's performance on telematics data. Two challenges down and the scores are in. In the XF commentary challenge, first place goes to Colin Court, who gets the first 5-point maximum of the competition. There are points also for Richard Henry, Gary Stratfull and Jennifer Locke. And in the CF manual, top points went to Matthew Laycock, with Richard Henry getting another second place, and points also for David, Gareth and Stephen. With the scores in from 2 challenges, what has that done to our leaderboard at this early stage? Well, Richard Henry has made a firm statement of intent, picking up second place in 2 challenges so far, and is out on his own with 8 points. Richard Henry, a returning finalist from our 2016 competition, and clearly putting his experience to good use. There's 12 finalists who are yet to score, but with 6 challenges remaining, there is still a long way to go. It's been a strenuous start to the challenge for our drivers, taking on 2 big driving tasks. So how are they finding things so far? Matthew Eisenegger, editor of DAF Driver magazine, came to Millbrook to speak to the drivers and find out more.
So it's Matthew Eisenegger, editor of DAF Driver magazine. Joining me now is Richard Henry. Now, Richard, it's his second time here. He was through to the finalist. I believe he finished joint 3rd in 2016. He's back for more punishment, 2018. Richard, how's it going?
Steady. Taking my time, not rushing things. The challenges are different altogether, you know, that I would go as far as say totally different. So basically I'm like the rest of the challenges, you know, doing something new, and it's a level playing field.
Matthew, How's it gone today so far?
Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. It's been quite challenging.
Yep.
The automatic challenge was pretty hard with the XF, but I've done the manual on the CF tipper. That was quite a good challenging round.
Now, you said about the manual. Is it do you drive a manual on a regular basis, or is it a bit of a surprise?
No, I have a 16-speed manual exactly the same as what's in the tipper, so...
Well, you should be the king then.
I wouldn't have thought so, but I'm trying my best.
It's going well. It's definitely out of your comfort zone. It's just, I suppose, when you're at work, you just don't think about it really. But here, you're made to think, and you're driving vehicles that you don't normally drive as well. But it's going well, enjoying it. And I've just done the Arctic challenge around the Alpine.
And how did that go for you?
That went well. Yeah, it was like being at work again. That was okay. It was like being at work.
For Challenge 3, there is a change of pace for our drivers as we move to the theory test. Of course, being a good driver is not all about what happens behind the wheel, and this test is designed to assess our finalists' knowledge of both vehicles and legislation, and includes a DVSA standard hazard perception test as well. Okay, time's up, put your papers down, the scores are in. And it's Matthew Strange who has come out on top, picking up his first points of the competition in emphatic fashion, with the full 5 points. Looking at the overall scores, that was also a good challenge for Jamie Poulter, Scott Lewis and Rob Fixter, who pick up their first points of the competition, while Stephen Burgess continues to tick away on the scoreboard. But it's Richard Henry who still remains on top. It's been a tough day for the drivers so far, but there is no let-up, as the final challenge of the day is arguably one of the hardest in the whole competition, the Manoeuvring Challenge. In this challenge, drivers must complete 3 reversing manoeuvres, 2 behind the wheel of the DAF CF FAN, which is a right side and blind side reverse, and then a straight reverse in the DAF XF. Drivers will score points for how close to the back line they are able to get the vehicle, but be warned, cross the back line or hit a cone and you will score 0. Drivers will also be deducted points for taking too many shunts. These drivers complete manoeuvres like this day in, day out, but when the pressure is on and DAF driver trainer Ron is watching you, this challenge becomes a test of both skill and nerve. And with many of the drivers used to driving articulated vehicles, and the fact the FAM was a rear steer, this proved a tricky challenge for many.
Thank you very much.
How was that then, mate?
It was good. I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Out of your comfort zone?
Yeah. It was good though. I enjoyed it.
What's that? Short. Nobody said it would be easy.
No.
Did they? Hey, well done.
All right, do you think?
Yeah, it's all right. Went all right?
Yeah, a bit on the ridge edge, but I've driven for a while, so that's kind of to be expected.
Everybody says the same. But then this isn't supposed to be easy.
No, I'm not used to having a rear steer as well.
Rear steer.
When you're driving one of these, day in, day out, you jump in that, you think, oh dear, and it just reacts a bit different, that's all.
The 6th wheel of the rear steer on it turns so sharp on you.
Scott Lewis comes out on top, scoring full marks across all 3 manoeuvres. Scott is an agency driver and has proven here he can jump in any truck and get the job done. There's points also for Phil Ball, Gareth Thomas, Colin Court, and Matthew Laycock continues his scoring run. So with day 1 coming to a close, the reversing challenge has thrown the leaderboard wide open. Richard Henry is still on top after a strong start to day 1, but is now joined by Scott Lewis on 8 points following that victory in the reversing challenge. Colin Court is there just 1 point behind, and then we can see that the chasing pack are all well placed to move up the leaderboard should they have a strong second day. 1 day down and things are tightly poised, so make sure to join us for the second and final part of the DAF Transport Efficiency Driver Challenge, where challenges will include both the city course and off-road course here at Millbrook.